Pride Month, and something you might not know about me is that despite my feminine appearance, I am actually not a girl. I fall somewhere underneath what is called the non-binary umbrella, which is basically not a girl and not a boy. I'm just kind of here for the most part. And funnily enough, there are actually a ton of Pokemon that also fall underneath the non-binary umbrella, just like me. We love accidental representation. These Pokemon are genderless, meaning that they don't have a gender. So they're not a girl, they're not a boy, so they're non-binary. More specifically, they are agender. And I wanted to see just how powerful us NBs really are. NB, by the way, is the phonetic spelling of the letters N and B, which stand for non-binary. Mini gender lesson out of the way. Hi, hello. My name is Dino, my pronouns are they, them, and this is my attempt at a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Scarlet using only genderless Pokemon. This Nuzlocke is going to be less story-driven than normal because I really just want to focus on how powerful agender Pokemon can be. And also, we're only going to be doing Victory Road and the Champion because I want to save on time. You know, I'm trying to get 2 videos out for Pride Month and I only have 1 month, so here are the rules I'll be following on screen. You can pause to read them if you want, and let's go. I wake up, greet my mom, put on my hat, which I'll very quickly lose because I guess curly-haired people can't wear hats, and I go outside to pick my starter. I'll take none of them, please. I am on a quest to prove just how powerful agender Pokemon can be, and as valid as these little guys are, they're just not suited to my mission. Luckily though, we have a pretty decent roster of agender Pokemon available to us, one of which we can get right away. Koraidon! That's right, your fave is non-binary. Most legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon are agender, including literal god, because as has hopefully been established, we're just too powerful. I've even got a little non-binary Rotom in my phone, which just saved me from breaking all my bones, so, you know, kind of speaks for itself. But as powerful as Koraidon is, we cannot use them in battle. That's fine though, they'll just help us get around for now. It's now time to play the Carpal Tunnel Simulator part of this game, where we just press A bajillion times until we finally unlock Victory Road. All right, let's go catch us some Pokemon we can actually use, starting with Tandemaus. You can access the Pokemon League, or at least the grass outside of it, basically as soon as you start the game, and that's where I found Po and Tay, 2 little non-binary mice that are in love. I happily welcomed them to the team, and now I actually have a team. Also, it turns out if you jump off the lighthouse at Poco Path, you can find a level 5 Gimmighoul that is outrageously difficult to catch. I couldn't lower its health because Po and Tay only know normal type attacks, and I didn't bother trying to teach them anything else going into this, so it ate up 11 of my Pokeballs before I finally caught it. Anyways, this is Eblo, and they won't be of any use to us until we forfeit all of our mortal possessions in the form of Gimmighoul coins to them. Just kidding. TMs exist. But I'd like to have at least 3 Pokemon taking on the first gym, just in case something goes horribly wrong out of nowhere. And so I set a course for the ruins in South Province Area 2 to catch myself a Bronzor named Midnight, who was admittedly not the best Pokemon for a bug-type gym, but like, you never know, they could come in handy during the fight, I don't know. I taught them Power Gem. Anyways, I leveled up the team to the level cap, taught them some actually useful moves, thank Arceus for TMs, and while I was running around the map for TMs, I found, well, I'll just show you. Hey there, friend. How'd you get up there? I think this might be rarer than a shiny. Ah! I kind of want to catch her. Like, I won't use her, but I kind of want to catch her. Oh, but she's so high level. Never mind. Goodbye, friend. Oh, that was wild. But enough dilly-dallying. It's gym time. Eblo was basically built for this gym, and by that, I mean they're immune to 1/3 of the attacks Katie has on her Pokemon. And all her Pokemon have pretty low special defense, making Power Gem, which, yeah, I also taught to Eblo, do really good super effective damage. But because I'm aiming for a completely deathless run, I'm not taking any chances with that super effective assurance her Tarantula has, so I had Po and Tay take out the Yarn Spider with a couple of aerial aces before bringing Eblo back in to take down the teddy bear. That fight didn't feel like it took all night, but look at that, the sun has come out. Good for him. Happy Pride. Next on our list is Artisan, home of the grass type gym. And in preparation for this gym, I may or may not have traveled across the entire Paldean map just to retrieve the U-turn TM hidden away on Glaziato Mountain and teach it to Po and Tay. Look, I know it might seem excessive, but as I said, I'm aiming for a deathless run. I am not taking any unnecessary risks, okay? The only thing I plan on taking is a big fat W when I become champion with my entirely non-binary team, all right? Also, thank goodness ghost types can run away from any battle no matter what, because I was definitely a bit underleveled for the mountains. In other news, I caught a new team member in West Province Area 1. Meet Ivy the Phalanx. If you can figure out why their name is spelled like that in the comments, I'll give you a cookie. It's not like rocket science, but I think it's a pretty creative name. As proud as I am of their name though, Ivy is a level over the level cap for the next fight, so they're going back in the closet for now. That was probably not the best thing to name my boxes, but what's done is done. After rounding up all the rogue Sunflora and Artisan, I was able to challenge the gym leader, Brassius. I lead with Po and Tay, who super fangs the Petalil to half health, dodges a sleep powder, and finishes it off with aerial ace. Smoliv comes out, and we do the exact same thing. Finally is his Sudowoodo, and you'll never guess what I do first. That's right, I super fang it down to half health. I love this move. Then I U-turn right out of there into Midnight, who resists all of Sudowoodo's attacks. Midnight confuses the Sudowoodo, which puts it in the 2-hit KO range, and sure enough, 2 more flash cannons is all it takes to finish off the Sudowoodo. You'll never be a real grass type. The third gym is the electric type gym of Levincia, and in addition to being run by a fellow content creator, it is also a huge jump in difficulty from the last gym, especially for Hardcore Nuzlocke, so I really have to plan accordingly. But in the meantime, there's a few more Pokemon we can pick up on the way, starting with this Magnemite. I caught them and named them Civi. I like it. Side note, if you're wondering where I get these names from, they just kind of bequeathed themselves onto me. It probably has something to do with my synesthesia, but it leads to a lot of Googling these names to make sure I'm not accidentally naming a Pokemon like some ancient slur I didn't know existed, or like an adult fun time thing. Oh, and if you were curious, the only thing I could find on the word Civi is this website that sells Adidas for like $260 US, so I think we're in the clear. Don't buy from them, by the way. This is not sponsored. Anyways, look, a Rotom. I caught them in an Ultra Ball. Their name is Mimbish. I don't know why. And for the first time this playthrough, I have a full team of 6. And look at that, not a single gender tag on them. Envy supremacy. After a lot of preparation and planning for the gym, I walk into the building ready to establish myself as the superior streamer, and I forgot Nimona existed. Okay, luckily her team has nothing on my Psychic Frisbee and Stray Mice. Actually, I can't terrestrialize to Nimona. Okay, this is a hardcore Nuzlocke. What you're doing right now is outright homophobic, and it is Pride Month. Yeah, that's what you get. Sorry, Nimona, we're not dating in this save file, so I don't care how dreamily you gaze into my eyes, I'm not letting you off the hook for this. Finally, time to beat up some incels for the gym test. This is my favorite part of the whole game. On to the actual gym battle. I lead with E-Blow to knock her Watchel out of the sky, but then this stupid bird stole and ate my berry. Hey, I needed that. Okay, we killed it. Next up is her Luxio, and I switch into Ivy because they resist the incoming bite, which gives us a chance to get in a focus energy. Plus, they still have their Cherry Berry, unlike some members of the party. Anyways, we got a crit, and the Luxio is down. Also, I think I broke the body press animation. She sends out her Belly Bolt, and I keep Ivy in because I'm pretty sure they're the only one who can actually do any damage to this thing. Okay, that was damage. That was also damage. Switch out, switch out, switch out. Okay, I brought in Midnight and I taught them Earthquake right before this in case of emergencies, and despite their attack lowering nature, they got the KO. Oh, but we're paralyzed, which means the Miss Magius won't go for Confuse Ray, and Hex will most definitely kill Midnight. This was a slight oversight on my part. Okay, well, if it's gonna go for Hex, then we can just switch into Poente because they're immune, so it's fine. Okay, now it goes for Confuse Ray, we don't hit ourselves, and we use Encore to lock it into the Confuse Ray. Yes, okay, now Super Fang, this can work. We can get this to, yes, okay, the plan is still in action. Now Super Fang, again, please, yes, okay, now Bullet Seed, oh my jeez, tweezers, okay, all right, that's a new one. I've never said that before. What was I even trying to say? Okay, who cares, we did it. Wow, that was really luck dependent at the end there, but the plan kind of worked out in the end. Everyone's alive. Did one of you do that battle while pregnant? I am thoroughly impressed. But why didn't you guys tell me? I totally would have given you parental leave. So, what's your kids' names? I don't think I have enough characters for that. No, you know what? It's fine. We'll make it work. Okay, for once, the British pronunciation of Z is coming in handy. Okay, everyone, welcome Toe and Zed into the world. And also, I'm sorry. Did you guys have adult fun time while, like, inside your Pokeball? While the Pokeball was in my pocket? You guys have been in my party this whole time. I haven't set you in the boxes once. Boundaries, little guys, boundaries. Now would probably be a good time to mention that, you know, not all people that can give birth are women, and not all women can give birth, and that doesn't invalidate who they are, and inclusive language benefits everyone and harms no one. But I think the real PSA here is don't have sex in someone's pocket. At least not without their permission. Like, that's I think the stress of that last battle broke not only me, but the game. I'm just kind of skating around here. This is kind of fun. The next gym is a water type gym, so I thought we'd take advantage of the new level cap and head to East Province Area 3 and catch ourselves a Voltorb. Why is it pouring rain? Oh, Voltorb! This is such a menacing shot. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. I have no choice but to name you Thunder. Actually, that's a really cool name. I don't know why I'm apologizing. Skiddo can spawn here? Hello. In addition to Voltorb, we can also add a Sinistea to the team. And it took a couple minutes to show up, but I found a Sinistea within the level cap right outside Zapapico. Sinistea! No gender! Welcome to the team! Their name is Loopsy. I don't know why. We've established this. I don't know. Since the level cap is 30, we can actually go on a bit of an evolution spree here because Thunder evolves at level 30, Civi evolves at level 30, and then evolves again with a Thunderstone, and Loopsy, the newest addition to the Envy family, can evolve as soon as we find them a cracked pot. I found them a crackpot! Or a cracked pot. Now the fun can begin. Thunder is now an Electrode. God, I hate this Pokemon. I'm sorry. The look on its face, I just don't like it. Civi is now a Magneton, and now they're a Magnezone. I've never used this Pokemon before. I usually just keep it unevolved because I like Magneton more, but I'm trying to keep everyone alive, so I need the base stat boost. And last but not least, Loopsy is now a Poltergeist. Time to spend the next 5 hours team building. Okay, that actually didn't take too long. I'm pretty sure Civvy can just solo this gym. I know I said I wasn't taking any risks, but this honestly doesn't feel like a risk. I'm just gonna go in with Civvy and not build up the rest of the team at all. I have Volt Switch on them just in case things get dicey, but like the only real threat is the Crabominable's Rock Smash, and even then I think we'll be fine. Oh, I forgot I have to fetch the gym leader. Why is this such a prevalent thing in these games? Well, at least I get to rob him, so that's nice. Okay, it's battle time. And of course, there's a sandstorm. There's always a sandstorm. I set up electric terrain, and Civvy easily took out the Veluza and Wug trio with little to no issue. And then we outsped Noko with the Crabominable, which was the only actual threat, and didn't even get a hit off. That felt way too easy. Now that we have defeated Kofu, we can head to the auction house in Puerto Merenada and acquire the Rotom catalog. This will allow us to change Rotom's form whenever we want to any of these devices as well as their respective types. Why did I not know that regular Rotom was possessing a light bulb? Was no one gonna tell me that? Huh. We don't need any of these forms for the next gym though. In fact, we actually need that ghost type for reasons that will come into light very soon. Get it? Because they're possessing a light bulb? I am so funny. While I was in Puerto Merenada, I came across a certain lighthouse where I began to get flashbacks to a video that will not be named, and I was inspired to find and catch a Ditto. Everyone, welcome Ortle to the team. I probably won't be using them ever, but Ditto is just such an iconic NB that I had to catch them. Also, the level cap is now 36, which means that we have a new evolution on the horizon, that being Midnight, who is no longer a Frisbee and is now a Bell. Perfect. The team is really coming along, and we're already halfway through the gym battles with no deaths. This is very exciting. And it's time for the Medali gym, which I'm actually really excited for. I accidentally overleveled Civvy, so they're going back in the closet for now, but that's okay because I really only had them in the party as backup. I'm like 98.1% sure that Thunder and Mimbish can handle this gym all by themselves. And I'll show you why right after I order myself some lunch. Oh, come on. Does this mean I'm not getting my food? I guess not. I lead with Thunder, who sets up electric terrain, preventing the Komala from putting us to sleep. And luckily, 2 Electro Balls are barely enough to take the Komala out. In comes Larry's Dunsparce. And this is the fun part of the plan. Mimbish here is immune to all of the Dunsparce's attacks. Hyper Drill can't hit us because we're a ghost type. Drill Run is useless because we have Levitate, and it can't paralyze me with Glare because you can't paralyze electric types, leaving me free to just spam Thunderbolt until we win. Because guess what? We resist the only move Larry Staraptor can hit us with, so we're good. And the 5th gym badge is ours. After defeating Larry and grabbing a quick bite to eat, Nimona corners us and challenges us to a battle. And I actually came prepared for this. I made sure to bring Ivy to KO her Lycanroc, Potato and Zed for her Gumi and Pomo, and Mimbish, of course, for the gym battle, and then for taking out her Quaquaval. Help. I somehow managed to encounter an invisible Drifloon while inside of a city. I know it's a ghost and all, but this is kind of spooky. Why is this happening with all these glitches? You'd think I was playing on an emulator, but I'm not. This is a legitimate cartridge. I don't know how to use emulators. Okay, all right, we're moving on. While I was up in the mountains preparing for the 6th battle, I ran across this Cryogonal, the second to last genderless Pokemon we can acquire before beating the league. So naturally, I caught them and I named them Click. I have no idea if they'll ever be used in battle, but it's nice to have them here regardless. Also, while I was leveling up the team to meet the level cap, you'll never guess who evolved. That's right, while you were busy watching this video, I was hard at work tracking down and KOing every chest form giving goal I could find to get my sweet little Eblo their precious metal. And now look at them, weird Applejack mascot looking thing. Yeehaw. I don't know why I said that. And now with the team all leveled up and Mimbish in literal possession of a microwave, we're ready to take on Rhyme. This gym is all double battles, which is a really nice break from all the single battles up to this point. Rhyme leads with Mimikyu and Banette, and I lead with Mimbish and Thunder. I have Thunder Volt Switch the Banette immediately to bring the potatoes out onto the field, while Mimbish Volt Switches into Civvy, breaking the Mimikyu's disguise in the process. The potato family are able to take out the Banette with a super effective crunch, while Civvy KOs the Mimikyu, bringing out Rhyme's last 2 Pokemon, both of which have decently good coverage. Now is the part where I make things way more convoluted than need be. Potato and Zed crunch the Houndstone down to half health, and Civvy gets hit with Hex before Volt Switching, yes, half my team knows this move, before Volt Switching into Loopsy. This is now the part of the battle where Rhyme's team gets a boost to all of their stats, because she terastallized first, and the first person to terastallize one of their Pokemon gets an Omni boost to both their Pokemon's stats, so things are gonna be a little bit harder than normal, but it's fine, because I spent 100 grand on a choice scarf for Loopsy. Okay, it's a bit excessive, I know, but this way I can guarantee they outspeed and imprison, which completely prevents the opposing team from moving this round. Also, I had the potatoes use Follow Me on the off chance that we didn't outspeed, but it was unnecessary, and we ended up doing no damage this turn. But at least the Houndstone is back out on the field. I swapped Loopsy out for Thunder, which removes the effects of Imprison, but Rhyme wouldn't have been able to select any of the Imprison moves at the start of this round, so it still works in our favor. Plus, I really needed Loopsy off the field because Houndstone still knows Crunch, and I'm almost positive it would have KO'd them immediately. Toxtricity uses Discharge, damaging everything on the field, putting its own teammate into the red, as well as the potatoes, but they're fine because I gave them an orange berry and they have Cheek Pouch, which restores a third of their max health whenever they eat a berry. Houndstone's Crunch brings Thunder down to 17 HP, and the paralysis we just got from Discharge prevents the potatoes from moving at all, which was, again, a bit of an oversight on my part. I should have given them a Cherry Berry, but it's fine. What's done is done. I have Thunder use Protect because I know they can't take another hit. And Toxtricity goes for another Discharge, KOing its own teammate and allowing Potato and Zed to finish it off with Crunch, winning us the battle. And believe it or not, that was my less complicated plan. But look, the team's all alive and well, mostly. Also, I really wanted to use Eblo, but it was just too risky. They were mostly here for emotional support and backup in case everything went wrong. I guess collecting all 999 of those Gimme Gold coins was all for nada. Wait a second. All for nada? The Psychic type gym. Psychic types are weak to Ghost. It wasn't all for nothing. It was all for nada. This is so stupid. I love it. Flawless segue. Oh wait, the level cap is now 45. You know what that means? We can now finally welcome the last agender Pokemon to the team, the Titan Great Tusk. Yeah, I took it out a couple days ago with my severely underleveled team and absolutely no help from Arbin. And now that the level cap is 45, we can actually catch this beast and add them to the team. They won't be at all useful in the next gym, but I'm stoked to have them regardless. Their name is Tusk. I didn't decide that, it just is, okay? I'm sorry. I don't get a say in these things either. Also, look at this. They've got a Titan mark. Oh, that is so cool. Tusk, the former Titan. That is so hype. They are going in the closet for now though, sorry. Okay, time for Nemona fight, the weirdest gym test, and then the 7th gym. The Nemona fight before the gym test was very trivial. Civi takes out Rock Dog, quick KOs the Sliggoo, taking 3 Dragon Pulses, astonishingly well might I add. That's not a resisted move. Tusk throws a tantrum, Palmont pays the price, and Civi comes back in to remind everyone why not to use their toaster as a bath bomb. The gym test happened, and Tulip is not my type, but you know what? I get it. I start with Civi holding a Light Clay and set up a Reflect and Light screen, making it so basically none of Tulip's Pokemon can do any damage to us. I then Volt Switch into Potato and Zed, who finish off the Farigiraf with a few crunches. She sends in her Gardevoir right on cue, so we U-turn out into Eblo, who resists the incoming Psychic and takes out the Gardevoir with a Flash Cannon. Her Spothra is out next, and we use the opportunity, get it? Because it has opportunist? Okay, we use the opportunity to switch into the Potatoes again, who is immune to the incoming Shadow Ball. It then gets a crit Psychic, which ignores the effects of Light Screen and brings our little family of mice down to just 8 HP. Luckily though, we outspeed and we are able to U-turn back into Civi, who sets up another Light Screen and then Volt Switches the heck out of there. I bring out Eblo, who I taught Metal Sound, which harshly lowers the Florges' special defense. 1 Shadow Ball later, and the 7th gym badge is ours. The final gym on our list is the Ice-type gym of Glaciado. And Ice types are weak to fighting, which is great because I have been missing Ivy so much. I haven't really gotten a chance to use them much, so I'm pretty much banking on them carrying us through this entire battle. Save for Grusha's Ace, because that thing has 2 super effective hits against them, which is why Civi's here. I'm not even gonna properly prep the rest of the team for this. Everyone else on the team right now is just kind of here, because I figured they'd be decent backup if something goes wrong, but I'm not even gonna give them health items. I'm that confident. Grusha leads with Frostmoth, and I, of course, lead with Ivy. I set up a quick no retreat, which gives Ivy a boost to all their stats, but prevents them from switching out. But actually, we can totally switch out because I gave them a Shed Shell. Teehee. Frostmoth sets up a Tailwind, boosting the speed of its entire team, which is not good, so I work on stalling it out with a few Iron defenses. We get hit with Blizzard, which does do a lot of health, but it misses the second Blizzard, allowing us to KO the Frostmoth with Body Press. Beartick comes out, and I decide to get a little greedy and set up a Focus Energy that boosts our critical hit chance because I'm pretty confident this thing can't touch us with the +5 defense we have, and sure enough, I was right, and down goes the teddy bear. The Focus Blast came in clutch, granting us a critical hit against the Titan, which O-code it, and Uplast is his Altaria, and I'm just now realizing I was in such a rush to get through this battle, I forgot to teach Civi any Steel-type moves. Never fear though, this is why I brought backup. I switch into Eblo, who has Flash Cannon, and 2 hits later, the Cloudbird is down and the battle is won. Now all that stands between us and the champion is the Elite Four. And after spending way too much time planning out movesets and strategies, leveling up the team, and accidentally ignoring all my friends for so long that multiple of them reached out to me because they thought I might actually be dead, I am ready to take on the champion and take that title for myself using only genderless Pokemon. Also, we're going into the Elite Four completely deathless, which is very nerve-wracking, but don't worry, we'll be fine. I hope. First up is everyone's favorite lesbian, Rika. Or at least she's my favorite lesbian. Well, in this game. Because outside of Pokemon, my favorite's probably like, I don't know, Adora? Well, or Amity. And Catra has her charm too, but like really only when you get to season 5. Before then, she's a little preoccupied. Plus then there's Scorpio and Perfuma, and they're really cute. And then Sweetie Drops, aka Bonbon and Lyra Heartstrings, but they don't become canon until like the very last episode, but they are really cute, so it's like, eh. Oh, and then Scootaloo's aunts, and then Spinnerella and Natasa are iconic, obviously, and then also Antara, she's really cool. I'm so normal about her, but I'm getting distracted. I'm sorry. Pokemon. Oh, also, I've been wanting to mention this in the video. I don't know where else I'm gonna put it. I'm not a lesbian, by the way. I do like girls, but I like girls and guys and everyone else in and out between. Just because a lot of people think I'm a lesbian, I don't want to accidentally like, I don't want to be like the representation for the lesbian community because I'm not a lesbian. I mean, I'm not like offended or anything, but like, I just don't want to take a place that isn't mine. So, okay. The first member of the Elite Four is Rika and her ground types, which I think I might actually be too prepared for. She leads with Whiscash, which has a glaring 4x weakness to grass, so I send out the ever-reliable Potato family. And a loaded dice Bullet Seed is enough to take it out in one go. Next is her Camerupt, which knows the move Yawn, so I taunt it to stop it from putting the potatoes to sleep, and then KO it with a couple of water pulses. Her Donphan is out next, and I probably could have taken it out in one shot with Bullet Seed, but Potato and Zed were down to half health, and I didn't want to risk losing them to Earthquake. So I brought out Mimbish, who took it out with a couple of Hydro Pumps. Damn you, sturdy! Dugtrio comes out, and this thing has Sand Veil, which boosts its evasion in the sand, and, well, I didn't want that, so I taught Loopsy Sweet Scent, bringing its evasion back down before switching into Mimbish, who's able to wrap things up from there. Finally is her Clodsire, which has Water Absorb, rendering all of my water moves useless. Enter Civvy, who doesn't actually have any attacking moves, but they can't be poisoned, and with Magnet Rise, they cannot be hit by ground-type attacks, allowing us to set up a Reflect with literally no damage taken, leaving Click to come out and clean up with a few Ice Beams, winning us the first battle. After a quick team refresh, a team fresh if you will, it's time to take on the child. Poppy leads with Copperajah that has Earthquake, so I set up a Magnet Rise with Civvy, granting us an immunity. We then set up a Light Screen and a Reflect before bringing in Mimbish. And then, for some reason, instead of just killing the thing with Overheat, I Will-O-Wisp it, and then I set up the Sun for some reason. Finally, I put the poor thing out of its misery, and despite the drop in special attack, I'm able to take out the Bronzong with little to no issue. Her Magnezone comes in, and is no problem at all. I sent Tusk out to Earthquake it, and it lives thanks to Sturdy, and sets up a Light Screen. But luckily, I came prepared, and I Brick Break to destroy the Light Screen and take out the fellow Agender in the same turn. Corviknight comes out, and there's no way I can comfortably switch Mimbish in here, but luckily, I taught Eblo Thunderbolt, and so the great bird falls. Last up is Tinkaton, and her moveset kinda scares me. So I have Civvy set up another Reflect before sending in Eblo to finish the job. Those first two battles were kind of easy, or at least I came really prepared for them. I had strong laid out plans for both of them, and I was confident nothing could go wrong, and it didn't. The whole team's fine. Well, they're alive, at least. These next two battles though, well, I'm actually really confident about them too. But this time it's not because I have a really well thought out plan. No, I have a snowflake named Click, and despite being an ice type, they have no chill. Yeah, so it turns out you can pretty easily solo Larry's entire team with Ice Beam, Metronome, Cryogonal. I trained Click up a bit to make sure they could outspeed just about anything, but like, it was just a massacre. Like Mareeps to the slaughter. I felt kind of bad. We finished the battle with none of Larry's Pokemon getting a hit off, but can we do it again with the dragons? Yes, the answer is yes, we can do it again with the dragons. Even the Dragalge was a one-shot, and that thing is so specially defensive. It was hopeless for Hassel. Nothing could outspeed us. Oh, Click, that's my special little snowflake. You're so strong. Oh, I have half a mind to do that to Gita's team, but I already developed a really fun strategy for that, so I won't. But that's so good. That was a blast. Champion Gita is pretty infamous for having a really bad team, or at the very least not using them very well, which is good because we haven't lost a single Pokemon this entire Nuzlocke, and it's a hardcore rule set, and I've never not lost at least one Pokemon before this point. And I'd really like to keep this deathless streak up for Gita. Time for the penultimate battle. Gita leads with a Spathra, which is kind of scary at first. This thing has an ability that copies all of your positive stat boosts, and it has a signature move that lowers your special defense in a big way. So overall, it's a very bad Pokemon to set up on. Well, it would be, if you didn't factor in Poltergeist. Loopsy here has a very fun moveset, beginning with a simple Light Screen. I can't start boosting my stats with Shell Smash quite yet though, because Espathra over here, as I mentioned, is an opportunist, and will copy all of those positive buffs I get. So I use Skill Swap, a move that trades the user's ability with the target's. So now I have Opportunist, and the Espathra doesn't. From there, I am free to Shell Smash twice, boosting my attack, special attack, and speed up to +4. And then Baton Pass it all into Mousehold, who takes a lot of entrance damage, but it's not enough to kill, and that's all that matters. We can now outspeed and OHKO Espathra, Avalugg, Kingambit, and Go-Go. And we probably could have taken her last two Pokemon out too, but her Veluza has a priority move that ignores speed, and we cannot risk a death this close to the finish line. So I U-turn on the Go-Goat, bringing in Eblo, who Shadow Balls the Veluza down and takes out the Terraglamora with a single hit. And like that, we have technically become the champion, but there's still Nemona. See, Gita may be the top champion of this region, but it's revealed in the dialogue that Nemona was able to beat her while holding back her true strength, which in my mind makes Nemona the true champion of Paldea. The Body Erasure is real. So if I really want to claim that champion title for the NBs, I have to face her in a battle next. So I did. I was kind of sick of planning things out though, so I threw together a team with semi-flexible movesets, trained everyone up to the level cap, and started the battle. She leads with her dog, and I lead with Civvy, who luckily dodges the incoming drill run, and then surprise, surprise, sets up a Reflect before KOing the Lycanroc with Flash Cannon. Orthworm is up next, which I very much forgot existed, but I know it has the the Earth Eater ability, making it immune to ground type attacks. So I send out Mimbish, and 2 Thunderbolts later, the worm is down. Mimbish is immune to half of Dunsparce's attacks, so I have them burn the thing before switching back into Civvy and setting Reflect back up. I then lower its special defense and take it out with Flash Cannon. Then this stupid rat comes out. I'm sorry, I just hate this Pokemon so much. It didn't do anything to me other than exist, but luckily, Great Tusk hates it too, because they take 2 close combats like it's nothing, and then they Earthquake the Palmont into the ground. Goodra comes out, and despite its high special defense, it's just the perfect excuse to get my favorite Pokemon of this run, Click, back out onto the field one last time. And so I do. And they KO the Goodra with no problem at all. Finally, Nemona sends out her ace Quaquaval Ball, which I came prepared for. See, it's gonna try and use Brick Break to end my Reflect, but it can't, because I'm gonna switch into Loopsy, and Loopsy here is a Ghost type, which are immune to fighting type attacks. And on the same turn the Reflect naturally ends, I just set up another one. Quaquaval Aqua Steps, which looks like it's gonna be an issue, but then Weak Armor activates. Giga Drain restores some of our health to the point where another Aqua Step cannot take us out, and thanks to all those speed boosts from Weak Armor, we're able to outspeed the Quaquaval and end things for good. And I did it! I became champion of the Paldea region using only genderless Pokemon, while following a truly hardcore Nuzlocke rule set, with no deaths! I've never done either of those things before! Also, happy Pride. I love you all so much. Goodbye!